Last year, I purchased this Tesla Model 3 to see if I could make more money with Uber driving with it. And it was one of the stupidest purchases I have ever made in my entire life. But shockingly, it paid off. Well, not the car. The car isn't paid off yet. You get what I mean. So in this video, I want to talk about the experiences I've had driving this Tesla for the last 6 months, if I think it's actually worth it to get a car like this for yourself, and the benefits that I have found driving for Uber in a Tesla. You ready? Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name's Kian. If you're brand new, pronounce Key in. And before we go any further, I want to just take a moment to thank you guys all so much for the crazy amount of support we have been seeing on the channel recently. Like my last video, I was talking about we were being close to hitting 5,000 subscribers. And by the time I had posted that video, we had hit 6,000 subscribers. We have been growing so fast recently, and I know that a few of my TikToks have also blown up recently. And I'm just so unbelievably grateful. If you guys don't know me and don't know my background, for starters, hi, I'm Kian. As well, I have been making content ever since I could hold a phone or a camera and record something with it and post it on the internet. But specifically with this channel, I've been making content over the last 7 years. And to finally see it materialize and actually work and see people who genuinely enjoy the content, it means the world to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Okay, so that aside, let's talk about this car specifically that I got. It's a 2020 Tesla Model 3 long range, and I got the long range model for obvious reasons. I can't remember exactly how much I financed it for, but it was somewhere around the $37,000 to $39,000 range. And the reason why I can't give you an exact number is I'm pretty sure I got scammed by the dealership. Okay, so what I mean by that is that the dealership definitely swindled me. Like, hard. Like, they absolutely just nabbed the money out of my pockets. And here's a few of the things that they got me with. So they said that the Tesla key cards, I don't have one on hand, I'll put one on the screen. Those little key cards that you get to actually open the car, they said that those were $1,000 each. And I was terrified when I heard that. So when they said that, you know, just pay $1,000 once and we will guarantee that you'll always have a key card, we'll replace them if you need us to. I didn't even think about it. The problem with that is, one, you don't actually need the key cards to open the car. You can just open the car with your phone. And two, the key cards are less than $20 each on the Tesla app. It's like such a simple thing I could have looked at just looking into the Tesla app and going to the shop and checking to see if that had any legitimacy to it. Nope, didn't do that. I just took them by their word. Also, they said that the tires on my wheel were worth $1,000 each, so like $4,000 total for the tire set. I looked at them, they are $1,000 total, so $250 each. And again, I didn't think anything of it. I thought that that was right, and I was gonna trust them at the word, because everything with Tesla is expensive. This is how they get you guys. Please don't make my mistakes. Not to mention, they gave me an absolutely insane interest rate in the beginning, but I'm not going to detail that too much because I want to have some dignity walking away from this video. Okay, jokes aside, let's talk about why I actually bought this car in the first place. There's two reasons as to why I got this car. Reason number one, I wanted it. Look, I have absolutely no love in my heart for their CEO, but I really like Teslas. I think they're super cool cars, and I like electric cars in general. And if I were making this purchase again, I probably wouldn't go the Tesla route. I probably would have gone for something a little bit more reliable on like the Toyota end to see if they have any EVs or hybrid EVs that I could use the same services with that I'll talk about later. But I also don't regret the purchase as well. Which goes to the second reason, and this is admittedly where I was taking a massive gamble when it comes to making this purchase, because I had heard about this service in my market called Uber Premier. It might not be Uber Premier in your market. It might be called Uber Black. It might be called Uber Lux, apparently. It's different with every market. You might have none of these options. You might have multiples of these options, but it's more than likely that you'll have one or the other. And with my market, I could use a Tesla Model 3 and get Uber Premier benefits. And I had heard that Uber Premier was super lucrative in my market, so I at the very least wanted to give it a try. So did it work? I think you can figure out the answer to this question. I wouldn't have the Tesla still if it didn't work. Yes, it worked. Uber Premier has been unbelievably good to me. Like, if you don't believe me, here are some of the Uber Premier offers I get. Like these, like this. You may have seen it in some of my shorts. Like, the Uber Premier offers that I get are insanely lucrative. We're talking anywhere from $75 to $100 per hour rates with these rides that Uber Premier is offering me over something like UberX or Comfort Electric. Not to mention, I also get a $1 EV incentive for every single ride that I do that isn't Uber Premier, because of the fact that my car is an electric car as well. So just a little cherry on top for the short rides. And I have legit had work weeks that are like less than 20, 15, even 10 hours sometimes, where it's literally just been all Uber Premier rides, and I have still been able to make my goals and surpass my goals full send. And my strategy with doing work now has been massively different than a lot of people's strategies when it comes to working and driving for Uber. So I do still go online and go out and drive for like UberX when I need to, like if I'm really tight on money or if it's just been really slow, like these last couple of months have been, then I'll go out and drive for Uber or like Amazon Flex or something like that. But a majority of the time, what I do, my strategy is what I call going on call. And how going on call works is pretty simple. In fact, I'll actually show you on the screen right here. By the way, a lot of people have asked me what the hell this thing is. This is the OnePlus Open, and it has a both open and closed mode. It's a folding phone. So I'm able to use it just as like a normal folding phone, or so I guess just a normal regular phone, and then I can just do that. And I can use it like this. And I have a mount on my car. It was just like a cheap MagSafe mount that I got from Amazon. All of the things that I use, by the way, for my equipment will be in the link in my Amazon storefront. So that link for Amazon in the description below will take you to all of the things that I use on a regular basis. And it is an affiliate link, FYI. So anything you purchase, I will get a cut of it. But another thing I got is one of these right here. This exact one isn't on Amazon, but it's essentially just a MagSafe mount as part of the case. So that way I can just use the mount. Now, it does wobble a little bit, so it's not perfect, but of all things I've found, plus the fact that this actually has a kickstand, if I can, as you can see here. But yeah, as you can see, my strategy is literally just going online with Uber like I currently am right now, because I've been online 24/7. And as you can see, I'm not out there driving right now. I'm just in the comfort of my own home. So as you can see on my screen here, all I have on is Uber Premier. So I don't have any UberX, I don't have Uber Comfort Electric, Uber Deliveries, anything like that. It's just Uber Premier. And what I do is I sit at home and wait. There are some days where I get multiple Uber Premier offers and requests. There are some days where I don't get a single goddamn thing at all. Today, I got one offer. It was just a quick trip to drop someone off to Wilmington Airport. But other than that, I mean, it's been relatively straightforward. And all I have to do is just wait for these offers to come to me, as to why I call it being on call. Because anything that Uber sends me for Uber Premier, I take without hesitation. Now, I don't exactly recommend doing it like the way I do of taking every single ride for Uber Premier, because some of them are just not worth it. But a majority of the time, as long as it's not like just a 10-minute ride to go pick someone up and a 2-minute ride to go down the street that's paying me like $10, it's worth it. It's worth it for me to go out of my way and go and drive and pick them up and drop them off, knowing as well that these are Premier rides, so that these people are generally people who can afford to pay more, which means, say it with me here, they can afford to tip. But a huge amount of my money actually has nothing to do with just waiting for Uber Premier rides. It's actually Uber Premier reservations. Look, if there was a way where I could talk to somebody at Uber and just say, tell me what I need to do to get more Uber reservations, let me know what I have to do to be at the front of the queue for Uber Premier reservations, I'll take all of them, I would. I absolutely would. I wish I could get more of these reservations because they're so lucrative. And you can do them ahead of time. You'll know exactly when you need to go pick up the person and drop them off. It lays out everything for you. And they generally pay way better than just an on-demand Premier ride, obviously because it's a reservation. And if you don't believe me, here's a few of the reservations I've gotten as of recent. It's insane. Now, I can sit here and gawk and talk about all of the amazing things with Uber Premier and the Tesla and everything, but the real question is it worth it for you? And the answer is, it really depends. It depends on a lot of factors, to be honest. For starters, does your market even have anything for Uber Premier? And if you don't know the answer to this, I'm going to leave another link in the description below. It's going to be to a website where you can actually figure out what services are available in your city. For my city, the default is just set to Philadelphia. And for me, when I type in Premier, I see that the Tesla Model 3 is one of those options, including all of the Teslas. And if you don't want to get a Tesla, it'll also list out all of the other cars in your market that are available to drive for Uber Premier with. And like I said, it might be different in your market. It could be Uber Black. It could be Uber, I guess, Lux. Is that actually a thing still? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below if you actually have Uber Lux and if it's any good. But yeah, this is going to be something that's very much dependent on, one, if your market has it at all, and two, if there's enough demand for it, like if you're in a close by city, or if you just in general have regular demand for people who need rides for Uber Premier, Uber Black, Uber whatever, and actually are going to be able to get you. On top of that, saturation is another thing you have to consider. Are there just as many drivers as myself out there trying to do Uber Premier, Uber Black, whatever, and are also trying to get as many rides as possible for themselves? Because then that's going to saturate the market and you might have a lot of competition when it comes to getting these rides in your market. So overall, with everything I've listed out in this video, do I recommend that you go out there and get a brand new shiny Tesla? The short answer is probably not. The long answer is, if you have enough money to actually buy a Tesla, new or old, and you don't currently have a car that works for Uber or that just works in general, and if your market supports Uber Premier, Black, whatever it's called, then sure, go out, give it a try, you know, at least do a test drive, see if they have leasing options available for you. I know that there's also the Uber Hertz rental that's going around in a lot of cities, so see if that's an option for you. But otherwise, if a lot of those things aren't aligning for you, then I probably just can't recommend it. However, if you're going the new Tesla or old Tesla route, I have a couple of recommendations for you. For starters, if you get a brand new Tesla, like Model 3, Model X, Model Y, it doesn't matter. Like if you get a brand new Tesla, I believe Tesla are still doing the tax credits for, I think it's up to like $7,500. It depends on where you are, but I know they're still doing tax credits for buying an electric vehicle through them. And if you're going to go the used route for a Tesla, as long as it's, I think it's now 2017 or newer when it comes to a lot of these Premier and Uber Black services, I know that Hertz are currently selling off a whole bunch of their used Teslas that they can't use for rentals for Uber anymore. And those can go for super cheap. Like you're talking under $20,000 in some cases for like the base models. But everything, like always, is always going to depend on what you can afford and your market. For me, I absolutely love driving Uber Premier. I love my Tesla. It's my baby. Shoutouts to my Shadow. Yes, I named my car Shadow. But I also understand that for a lot of drivers, it makes zero sense to go out and get a Tesla right now. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about Tesla drivers and Uber drivers, more specifically buying Teslas right now? Are you going to pick up a Tesla anytime soon, or is that just a distant dream at this point? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you're leaving a like on this video. And of course, hit that subscribe button. Guys, I guess we're on the way now to 10,000 subscribers since we've already flown past 6,000 by the time this is released. Who knows? We might even be at 7,000. It's been moving so fast recently. And again, thank you guys all so much for the support. I love you guys. And as always, stay cool.